Welcome back to our sailing adventures, friends. It's time to take the S2 out of the water for the winter season. It's sad to think that this was the last season we had with her, but we sold her to a friend of ours, so I know we'll still see her and we'll be out on her again soon. You could see how much growth she had on her hull. It's amazing how much could grow in 7 months. We cleaned the bottom of the boat at home because it was cheaper than the power wash at the marina. That would have cost us $200. Today we're at the boat taking off the boom, so we could bring it home for Rab to reinforce the gooseneck. Yeah, Bubba. Bubba. There she goes. What are you doing, buddy? We raised the mainsail to take a look at it and then removed it. Yeah. The guys took the boom off and loaded it into the car for the 2-hour trek home. This next day we were back at the boat was so windy. You could feel the boat heeling over at the dock. So we stayed warm inside and cleaned out some things from the previous owners.
Alright, so this is what we got. We got the whole boom in here. The old tab was worn out to where the hole was almost double the size where it connects to the gooseneck. I made it a little thicker. I'm actually going to put 2 on instead of 1. The old TIG is a little too small for the job, but we're gonna make it happen. Yeah. And we're gonna sand her down, paint it, stick her back on the boat. We're gonna, after I'm done welding down there, just waiting on a few things. We're gonna sand this whole thing down, paint it, get rid of this oxidation, and just started here hitting it with 40 grit lately just to break the heavy stuff off, and then we'll keep going finer until we get nice and smooth, and then we'll give it a good paint. Got a lot of fixing there, so I'm gonna drill a lot of holes. I don't know if I'm gonna weld them up or I don't know what I'm gonna do. Got some broken screws still in there. So, yep, a lot of work. Gotta get her done before April, middle of January already. So, all about a little bit of work.
Rab wire wheeled the heavy oxidation off the boom. The TIG welder Rob was using wasn't getting hot enough to weld, so he had to use the bigger MIG welder.
Well, I got it welded up. 10,000 times stronger than the last one. Now it looks like it's way overdone, but it'll be alright now.
He took out the old bolts he was able to get out and then drilled some out too. Then he welded up the holes. He performed the oil change on the engine.
So what you doing out here today? Oh yeah, that hasn't been cleaned in about 8,000 years. Oh
Turning
my
a
God.
bit,
Yep.
but this one's not.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
So that's why we're cleaning them.
all the winches.
See, so we're gonna need bigger Allens for those boys there.
Yeah.
Did I zoom in? Yeah, I zoomed in by accident.
What about all these? This one?
Well, no, we'll use the brake clean and then just clean them up and then cover them in grease.
So this will take this little cover off.
Yeah, that whole thing will come off too.
We'll be able to get in there.
Yeah.
Rob's trying to take the raw water pump impeller out to replace it for maintenance. The bolt that was in there was too long to pull it straight out. It took some finagling, but he was finally able to take the pump out. Then changed out the engine zincs. This is the fitting that Rob reinforced that attaches the gooseneck of the boom to the mast.
So just like every other boat project, I'm going to weld these holes up just to clean them up and then drill new ones for the block that goes there. But I remembered we're getting 2 more reefs put in our sail. So this was the hole for single reef. That was the only one that needed. So now, just remembered I'm going to have something to hold 3 reef lines. Winch goes there, so we'll put cleats, triple cleat here, and then close up these 2 holes, these 2 square holes, close up all these holes, and hopefully nothing else pops into my head before I paint this thing. Or maybe it does. Kind of saved me. So that's the update. We'll see after it's done. That'll be kind of how it looks. We'll shave it down, make her fit nice and flush. About the focus. It's about the same thickness. Make sure I'm not sticking down because then we don't. Actually, this is still sharp in here. So, but we'll clean that up. Weld her in. Welded just a little piece of wire on there so the plug won't fall in. Make this hole disappear. That's the holes filled in. Got a little, that's a little bumpy. Still gotta finish it off. That's bumpy too. More deeper. So filled in 4 more holes down here. They were just random screws that were in there. So I'll get some fairing compound and put that on there. So the paint looks good. Yep. So I start prepping for paint. Clean it with aluminum cleaner right now. Then acetone. I'll tape everything off that it needs to be taped off. And then I'll hit it with acetone. Then I'm going to have zinc chromate. I'm going to put paint on it first. That's just some spray cans, and I'm going to roll on. I believe interlux I got. We will see. This is the stuff we're using. Clean the aluminum. Works pretty good. Just paint it on. Paint it, spray it. You can watch it. I'm gonna start cleaning some winches.
Thank you so much for following along on our sailing adventures. There's so much more to come, so stay tuned for next week's video.